I've got it.
that I sent her. Okay,
I've got it here.
if we need to peek at those, I might.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's 59, so.
Okay. And I will look to see if we get any more takers up there. They should appear in the upper right, right?
Yeah, I'm hanging around for a little while.
Okay.
That flow chart. The minutes.
There's his face. Good to see you, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Well, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. I think we are at the correct time. This is the July 19th regular meeting of the Harpers Ferry Planning.
August 16th.
I'm sorry. The August 16th regular meeting of the Harpers Ferry Planning Commission. And we have 3 of us in attendance in person. Paul Thomas, Paul Mayhew, acting as secretary, and myself, Chris Craig, chairing the meeting, and Ken Dill is with us remotely. And so far we are missing Roberta Mead Curry and Tim Wise Carver, probably on travel at this point in time. And Paul, can I ask you to read the obligatory paragraph about?
Sure. Until further notice, the Corporation of Harpers Ferry's governing and deliberative bodies will hold meetings and or hearings virtually via Zoom webinar, which provides for public participation during a public comment period when applicable and when posted on the agenda. Alternatively, the public may watch the meetings by YouTube video, live stream, or listen by telephone. These options comply with the Open Governmental Meetings Act.
Thank you. And has everyone had a chance to see the agenda, and is everyone okay with that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go with the agenda as presented then. And first order of business is the approval of minutes from July 19th. There's my July.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as shared.
I'll second that.
Okay. Does anyone have any corrections or any concerns about minutes? Okay, if not, let's go ahead and vote. Everyone indicate approval of minutes, or approval of this motion with a hand up or an eye. I see that
Aye.
hand. Okay, and approved unanimously. And we have 2 orders of or 2 items of old business to basically discuss today, and we can take action on them if we need to. One is the permit review process. Now, we decided last month to send those flow charts, both the ones that Ken and Roberta had developed, as well as the ones that Verlissa and Deb were helping me on, to the chairs of the commissions. There has been a meeting set for September 22nd. And then just yesterday, and I apologize that it was so late coming through, it was just something I had absolutely no time to deal with until yesterday after getting back from my vacation. But Verlissa and Deb had sent me a number of questions regarding the flow charts that they wanted to review. They wanted some answers on prior to doing some finishing touches on. And have you all had a chance to look at those yet?
I have.
Okay. Ken, how about you? Did you get a chance?
Yeah, I started reading your responses and I haven't found any issues or concerns yet, about halfway through.
Okay.
Those were his
And
responses.
as I told you all in the email, and as well as Verlissa and Deb, that, you know, I didn't mean to present those answers as gospel or legal assuredness. What I was presenting there was my answers as best I understood our code and Harpers Ferry processes that have been developed through.
For myself, your understanding of those, and you have helped me in the past with some of that, far exceeds mine. So where I don't have any critical comment, I think that the steps that you've taken to address the questions are absolutely appropriate. And I think those that are in that process can certainly comment if they vary in thought on what the best process move forward. So,
And certainly that's part of the idea, is to present them to BZA and to landmarks and town council and the staff to get their input. And I would invite you all to continue to look at those as well, and along with our code, to see if you see anything.
if those other bodies have things to add, if they did it in the same manner that you have answered these in a color unique to their commission, it would really make sense as you look to really boil that down. So I think that this is the right process. And I think that you've taken us substantially forward, and that if the others would follow your lead in how to share updates. Otherwise, I get concerned that we get somewhat fragmented and somebody sends notes and starts to vary from that. I think the questions were absolutely appropriate, and I think that gives us a good model to move forward.
Okay, I will offer that up as an option for that meeting on the 22nd. That might be a good idea. And also maybe Verlissa, as she makes changes to the flow chart, she could check off things that have been commented on that she's adjusted there.
Absolutely, and she could key them, she could drop a number. I mean, there's a lot of ways to key the two. And obviously there's good skill sets here to address all that. I just think that if we can keep one working written document, one working flow document, we're all going to be better off. in the long run.
Yeah. And Ken, I know Roberta had expressed that she wanted your flow charts to be presented to the group too, and some more discussion to take place on those as well. And that was my intent to take those as well to that meeting. You know, and I'm open tonight for some more discussion on those. I have to confess I don't have them in front of me because
You can have,
Okay.
I think I've got.
so Ken, do you have any continued discussion on your flow charts that you'd like, or questions about them?
No, nothing further. Just restate something I said in our last meeting, which is I like Verlissa's charts. I think they're easy to follow. And the one piece that I would think is missing is pointers or numbers that tie back to the ordinances, so that if somebody wanted to dig deeper, they would have a pointer to do that. So that could be done in a number of ways. It doesn't need to be in the format that that Roberta and I started to put together. It could be something else. I'm open, I'm flexible. It could be just a numbered list.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. The ordinance numbers, we like to key with things. So yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, any other discussion on those then?
Did you see Roberta's note earlier today about if she wasn't able to make it, that she was suggesting a workshop of sorts?
Yeah. How do y'all feel about that? I thought our motion from last month basically was sending these on to the chairs of the commissions for dealing with them.
That's what I support doing that. I think that we need to get it to the other chairs. If at some point a workshop type environment needs to be set, then it should just be selective as to who will participate in that. But I don't think that we should change course on what that original plan was.
Uh-huh. How do you feel about that, Ken? Would that
Yeah, I mean, I'm just guessing. I have not talked to Roberta about this, but I'm guessing that part of her concern is that if more than 2 planning commission meeting members get together outside of an official meeting, then that's something we should not do. If there's another meeting planned for the 22nd, and Roberta or I could or want to be part of that, that would be fine, as long as it's some official meeting. But on the other hand, Roberta and I could just talk and come to some agreement on what the 2 of us might recommend.
Yeah, and I would be happy to talk with you all about it too. Let's see, 3 of us would not be a quorum, so there would not be, I think, any legal problem with that. So if I can help out on that, let me know. My intent is certainly not to cut off any further discussion from us on it, but I kind of feel like the chairs and the mayor are going to have kind of two good drafts to look at, and kind of take it from there.
Great.
Yeah, we don't know what their input might be, so I think we're good enough to get out there and get other people's insights and opinions out of the gate before we go heading too far down trying to carve it and grain it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So so let's go with that right now. We'll aim for that meeting where that's hitting on the 22nd, and but I will put this on the agenda for next month as well, so that Roberta can certainly chime in here if she wants to have some more input on that. So does that take care of that item then? Okay, let's on the comprehensive plan, I don't foresee any action tonight, but here's where we are with that. I'm real excited to, I don't know if any of you were tuned into town council at that last week at the regular meeting, but one of the main items of business was that the town council approved the budget revision to up to $20,000, which is what basically accepting WVU's the legal clinic's bid on the comprehensive plan. And I have notified them about that. I heard back from the chair or I guess the CEO of the clinic, Christy DeMuth, and she was excited to hear about it. I think they are really excited the prospect of working with Harpers Ferry, and she said she'd be in touch soon with first steps. And I think she was talking about both the business item, you know, payment and contracts and all of that, as well as I specifically asked her to give us, the planning commission, ideas on what we can do as homework to get ready for the meetings and everything that they'll be presenting with us, presenting to us this fall and getting the ball rolling. So that's where we are. Haven't heard back from her on that yet, but that should be forthcoming. And I also, at the town council meeting, I gave a special thank you to Roberta and Paul for their help in getting some figures. I think that was really helpful for budget and finance to get a realistic picture of, yeah, this is probably a good deal that we're looking at. So that's where we are. And I'm just really excited about working with them. As I think I mentioned before, this clinic is familiar with our town. You know, they were here after the big fire, 2014, 2015, or whatever that was, and gave immense help to the town to recover from that devastation in Lower Town. And they're excited about coming back to Harpers Ferry and working with us. So I think it's a mutual excitement about
That's great.
about the work. Awesome. So any questions, comments, concerns, anything else we should talk about on comprehensive plan right now?
Good.
No, thank you.
Yeah, Ken?
You just said thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and let's keep our thinking hats on. I liked that little discussion we had a few months ago where we came up, we kind of brainstormed with some ideas, and we may want to do that a little more formally going down the road. I'll wait to hear from Christy on that. So reports were the next thing on the agenda. As far as the signage task force, nothing new past that report that I distributed last month. I will tell you though that I just came here from a meeting with Park Service. They have had interns working on fees and signage having to do with the park. And it was really exciting to hear these interns give their presentation. It was very professional, some really exciting stuff presented. And I told the superintendent before and our other council members there before I left that I really am looking forward to working with the park, with Bolivar, with the Department of Highways on some of the big picture stuff. Now, some of that's beyond the thing that got our ideas rolling, the concerns over on Putnam Street. But I think we have a great opportunity right now that the park is really looking at some major overhauls, and they're interested in working with us on that.
That's great. Ken, have you had any, are you aware of any similar situations to the problems that were brought to the commission a few meetings ago?
Are you with us, Ken? I see mute button right now.
It's not important. I know he's up there. I have put that into my regular walk. And he's right there. Go ahead, Ken.
Did you hear Paul's question, Ken? We're not hearing.
I'll go on mute again. I'll try to connect with a different from a different device.
We hear you now.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm not hearing you consistently either, so I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Okay. Are you hearing me right now?
Yes.
Okay, Paul just asked if you had, well, Paul, you want to ask him again?
Sure. Ken, I just wondered if, because you're right in that area, have you heard of any more recent situations of what was brought to the commission a few meetings ago by the family with the concerns of people urinating and like that in the street?
I have not, but I'll be sure to touch base with my neighbors before our next meeting.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so nothing else right now on the signage that I have to report. On the planning commission vacancy, I will tell you that I was corresponding on email with a town resident who had expressed some interest. And I think he'd be a great addition to us, but it's been going on 2 weeks now since I've have not gotten a response to my latest email. So I don't know whether that interest has disappeared or what's going on. At this point, we still have a vacancy, and I'd encourage all of us to put out, talk to our neighbors, friends, and folks. Anyone, they have to be a resident in Harpers Ferry. But beyond that, we need, hopefully we can find another working member to the commission.
Yes.
So put out some feelers and do some recruiting. And the first step would be to send a letter of interest, and I say resume, but it can be, a few items resume. It doesn't have to be a formal work type resume to town council, and the mayor would get the ball rolling there. And
Chris,
Ken,
one quick
go ahead.
question. Where do we stand on our membership in terms of length of service? Because I know we can only have one person who's been in Harpers Ferry less than 3 years. Is that spot already filled?
Yeah, Jim's vacancy is the only one that we have to fill right now. And I haven't even looked for the end of the year whose terms are expiring or anything. That'll be the next step. But I'd love to get this this vacancy filled soon.
With the things we have coming up, I agree. I think it's important with the the demand says we're going to see from a comprehensive plan and like that. I think having a full team is going to be an important asset.
Definitely. Okay, Paul, what about stormwater? Any updates on that?
Actually, I've been back and forth with Storm on that, and he really is in the lead position. I'm not sure why. Thresher Group, I had anticipated more communication from them, but Storm was reaching out to them when we communicated last week. Samuel Rich is the project leader on that, so he was going to Sam directly to get an update. I've not received anything from that update yet.
Okay. Do you have any idea? Have they been working on stuff? Or?
I don't know, and because again, I've reached out to Sam in the past and have not gotten response, but he does respond to Storm, which is fine. And Storm is great about sharing what comes in. So Storm said I will ping him, and after I had sent a note to him early last week. So
okay.
But I will keep it on my list.
Yeah,
I will
just
be
keep us
prepared for
posted.
updates anytime that we meet.
Thank you. And on the tree committee, the town council approved the tree action plan without the change of name that this group requested. So that is moving forward. The other thing that just came to my attention in the last few days that have to do with trees, there has been an alteration of the public right of way over on Fillmore Street without approval. Totally unrelated, a different property than the one we had the meeting on and
Mhm.
did approve.
Right.
It came to my attention because Christie on the tree committee was very concerned that some of the alteration might have an adverse effect on a young tree that they had planted. And so since the alteration was without approval anyway, I looped in the OCO, Kevin
Sure.
Hamilton, and I think he put a stop order work on it.
Good.
And so that may be coming our way. That's where that stands right now. And if it does come our way, I will specifically ask tree committee to invite them to participate, either written comments or attend the hearing, or not the hearing, but the meeting
Mhm.
where we address that. And that's all I have on tree committee.
I liked your suggestion. I'd like to at least mention that I really like your suggestion as what the tree committee could be doing in their report to address some of the questions that people feel, and maybe make it a better communication tool to the general public as to a little more rounded plan, a little more a holistic plan of what they're, because they do quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes the reporting side of that is not viewed as important as the work side, and the work side's getting done. But I think if that could be, and you know, Tyler being new to the position, I think it would be fair to him to put that out in the nicest of ways, that and I'm just picking up really from what your suggestions were in the notes that you had sent out. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good thought.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think we all recognize that it's a committee, like most of us in town, that's short on manpower, and, or I shouldn't say manpower, human power. And probably the paperwork is the last thing that they're thinking about.
I don't blame them. The work is the important part.
It is good for town council and the public to know some of the great things that are happening beyond what they may see out at their front door.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll invite that action maybe for next year. And in the meantime, they probably can use some of the same recruiting that we can for new members and
They definitely, yeah,
active
I
folks.
agree. That's a good point.
And that's all that I have on reports. Anyone have anything on those items, or anything else you'd like to talk about or mention?
Nothing comes to mind.
I'm sorry.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
I just want to give a shout out to Paul Mayhew for the excellent minutes.
Yeah,
You do a great job. You
Yeah.
really do.
very good.
Thanks, Ken. Thank you.
I don't know whether you were still online last month when Tim brought up his concern on the vote on the trees, and that
Yeah.
he did not want it to appear that he and I were voting against the plan, you know, just the name change. And I thought Paul handled that beautifully. It expressed exactly what we wanted. So do appreciate all your work there, Paul.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So if there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all. Ken, good
Thank
to
you.
see you, and
You too.
everyone have a good month.
you
Thank you
too.
all.
You
Thanks,
too.
Ken.
Thanks. Bye.
You said it was gonna be a quick one. You're right.
Yeah.
Good. Got so many things going on right now. Perfect. I thank you so much.